Feel my wrath!
It's you, isn't it? May the Divine have mercy on my soul. I am such a terrible liar. Divine, grant the Dragon Knight doesn't notice. Well, I was an alchemist in Rivertown. A famous one at that, oh yes. From all the corners of all the lands, they come to buy my Allen Brew, a potion that no one else can make. It makes you strong as a demon, agile as a fox, quick as an eagle. Oh, please, in the name of the Divine, pick me. Yes, it is. Pick me, you won't regret it. An alchemist distills the pure potency from plants and herbs to create an abundance of potions that may aid the drinker in an endless variety of ways. Recipes from obscure books are also always a valuable commodity to any alchemist worth his or her salt. So, should you find these during your journeys, I would advise you bring these to the tower. Ah, yes, it's an enhancement of a recipe made by my former mentor. I studied under the tutelage of none other than Walker, the famous Rivertown alchemist. His Walker brew was quite potent, but soon the pupil outshone the master. She seemed nice enough until she told me why I was brought here. But about the history of the place, I know little. It's not really my field, you see. May the Divine bless you, Dragon Knight.
Looks like I'm not getting in.
The door. The skull asks you for Lycan's motto. Nothing happens.
Let them attack, I say. We gave them a good licking last time. Yeah, but we lost 3 men as well. Well, I like to think of the keg of rum as half full. Welcome, traveller. You'll be safe.
You're a real landlubber, huh? I can always tell. even know the fishes you are throwing in that cooking pot?
No, I don't. So what, you think I'll poison you? I, the greatest chef ever?
When I see scores of dead whales on the beach that must have eaten those same fishes, I think twice before preparing them, your chefness.
Stranger, please. Leave the chef to his art, we? I'm cooking an exquisite bouillabaisse
My husband
that you will
Henry
tell
was a
your
character he
grandchildren
is.
about.
Just because he can put a decent plate of food on the table, he fancies himself a king.
Hello there. I'm Sam, the first mate. If only I was still allowed to leave the camp. I could pick up those desert roots I saw earlier. Yum. To be able to taste a sweet cup of tea again. I salvaged some things from the cargo hull, and I'm not averse to making some coin. Care to have a look? Absolutely. Thank you so much. They look so delicious. Welcome back. Would you like to browse my stock? You won't be disappointed.
Another one to add to the collection.
My head feels like a leprechaun is sculpting inside my skull. So you're that dragon lord or something, right? Blast this being stuck on some backward patch of island. I'd have won this year's weapon enchantment competition again, that's for sure.
Radcliffe, the best enchanter you'll ever meet. My guess is that's all you need to know about me. An enchanter uses crystals, ores, and written enchantments to augment the strength, the abilities of weapons, armors, jewelry, and so on. Needless to say, the right type of enchantment can aid adventurers tremendously in combat, especially if they're adapted to have specific uses in specific circumstances. Some creatures have a natural weakness for certain types of poison, for instance, which makes a poison enchantment all the more powerful. That means it's a good idea to have a varied arsenal of weapons and armor on you. But you can also disenchant a favorite piece of equipment and add a new quality to it. Ha! Normally my reputation precedes me. I'm the official supplier of weapons to the New Order. Their officers view the receiving of one of my swords upon promotion as a badge of honor. But those are nothing compared to the ones I could make, given the right material. Metal and crystals, basically. But not every crystal is the same. The rarer they are, the more powerful, usually. I'm sure you'll be able to obtain some pretty scarce specimens once you've earned your wings. Don't count on it. But wait up a minute. Listen, I'm not in the mood to stand here and plead for my life. But I do know there's another enchanter nearby. Why don't you bring that chap to the ship? We'll both make you a sword, and you'll quickly see everyone's an amateur compared to me.
I do not believe we have met. I'm Hermosa, captain of this unfortunate ship. No one can teach combat skills like me. But how can I say that without sounding desperate? To be honest, I hadn't a clue. We were sailing the Western Sea when all of a sudden a beam of light shone down on us. Next thing I knew, we were here, stranded on this strange and hostile island. Oh, forgive me, I didn't realize. Listen, I don't know who the other candidate is, but he or she can't possibly match my talents. They probably all say that, but this time it's true. Let me assure you, I really am an excellent weapons trainer. Great warriors have been my students. You remember that, won't you? They augment their scholar skills by rigorous instruction and exercise. I may show you ways to greaten the strength of your whirlwind attacks, heighten the accuracy with which you fire splitting arrows, improve the might of those you summon. Regular warriors and wizards have their limits, but I can easily push you beyond them. We were attacked by some local ruffians a few days ago, but we were able to repel the assault. Water and food luckily don't cause worries. Barbatos summons the necessary supplies. One of my sailors took off on his own though. He's been away a while. Should you see Elfrith, could you perhaps tell him he's needed here? I mean, if that's no inconvenience. Well, it was a column really, a hollow column that surrounded the ship. Then suddenly the sea started to become blurry and the force within the column stronger. What followed was a hard crashing and thumping. When I opened my eyes, we were here, wrecked and lost. Before I had time to let it all sink in, that's not meant to be funny by the way, a lady approached me and told me of the prophecy. Goodbye, Your Grace.
So, what is your line of work?
I'm an academic. A historian, to be more precise.
Blast and damn it, is there no one here with some knowledge of alchemy?
You can always talk to a plant. They're probably the only ones who will listen.
Unless you have earned 3 or more doctorates in various alchemical disciplines, kindly remove yourself from my presence. How dare this nincompoop try and trick the greatest potion maker in Liverlon? Oh, it's you, is it? The so-called Dragon Knight. Well, don't for a second think I believe you, or that pretty little green thing. It's too preposterous to even contemplate. Honestly, the bird brains one meets in life make you wish there was legislation for permissible social interaction. An alchemist distills the pure potency from plants and herbs to create an abundance of potions that may aid the drinker in an endless variety of ways. Recipes from obscure books are also always a valuable commodity to any alchemist worth his or her salt. So, should you find these during your journeys, I would advise you to bring these to the tower. 5, actually, but I allow scholars to address me once they have earned their 3rd. If not, I would only have myself to talk to. Though I must say, the appeal of that eventuality has risen considerably since this conversation started. Why? You don't? Lost our way, have we? Oh, poor thing. Let me enlighten you, then. This is Sentinel Island, an ancient isle that was home to Maxos, and still is to draconic magic. Before you ask, Maxos is the greatest mage who ever lived, but judging by his sudden disappearance, I'd venture to say his experiments caught up with him. I'm sure your mind is already dazzled by this sudden display of knowledge, so we'll call it a day. Class dismissed. Never heard of the man. That means that he is either not an alchemist at all, or such an obscure one he has cured nothing besides a child's mild cough. Order your other stooges around, but not me.
Greetings, traveler. I wish you a very good day. That cannonball with the bathing twins motif will cost a fortune. But I must have it. Indeed I was. Turgoyne's the name. Maritime historian extraordinaire. An undismayed castaway on this idiosyncratic island full of awe and wonder. That's what I've been telling the members of our club, the Prancing Seahorse. You are absolutely right, though. I wrote many a paper on the legendary Ulfmar, don't you know? A mighty pirate. But he wasn't a mere pirate, he was an explorer too. Then, one sad day, he disappeared. Ship, treasure, and all. Never to be heard from again. Exactly. You catch on quickly, don't you, youngster? Have you noticed that shipwreck perched so bizarrely atop that enormous tree? I'd bet my prize collection of erotically engraved cannonballs that is Ulfmar's ship. Oh, yes, indeed. I'd recognize the design anywhere. I'm sure his treasure must still be there, but also some of his books, and those are what interest me. He must have collected so much knowledge during his travels. I'd be very grateful if you'd managed to explore the wreckage. But I don't think you can. Not unless you sprout some wings. It's the Gentleman's Club in Alaroth. It's where the intellectuals of the city gather, chat and have a drink. The current president, though, is a bit of an odd fellow. Narcissus is his name, and he's absolutely head over heels in love with himself. What a character. Have a nice day.
more salt, Henry.
More? How dare you criticize my cooking? Sacre bleu, my own wife, no less.
For goodness sake, Henry, I suggested some more salt, not a divorce. Though that looks more and more likely.
What is the deal with that woman? Making comments about my cooking. Sometimes I just want to lock her in a tower so I'll have some peace.
Shiny.
It is you, isn't it? The Slayer turned dragon. I, a true Slayer, still would hate you if I didn't know my life lies in your hands. The Slayers back at the camp must already miss my magic training program. And what is that purpose, if I may ask? Noble mission indeed. Not one I'm averse to taking part in. Be your trainer. I can understand why she chose me. Oh, yes. I was never your drill instructor. More's the pity. The men and women I trained are now the best of the best. Just look at Commander Road. Anyway, I have a proposition to make. I know there must be a rival on the island. I challenge you, whoever he might be, to a duel, so I can prove my worth. I see. Well then, no time to waste. I'll go at once. Here we are. Listen now. Whoever is the captain of this ship, I challenge him to a duel.
Challenge her to a duel, you mean?
What? I didn't know. No, I won't fight a woman. It's not honorable.
I take it you are my rival, and one of us has to perish this day. I respect your decorum, but this is neither the time nor place. Prepare to fight.
No, I implore you. You were a slayer before you were a dragon, and know the code of our order. Please, convince her to stop this brawl.
I can only hope you choose... Oh, please excuse me, the anxiety, but no, come what may. I will hold my head high.
Stranded, no way to get home. What must our son stink?
Richard most probably already took control of the tavern.
He's ambitious, not heartless, Henry. A lion's heart, that's what he has.
Back off, I say! I'm not tasty, monsters! Find someone else to... Oh, you there! Please help me! I can see something shiny over on that whale's skull. There's no way I'm venturing far from the camp again, though. Bless her heart and yours! Hurry, kind stranger, they'll get to me soon! Never have I seen such ferocious beasts, nor such fighting skills either. These ruins looked inviting. I wanted to explore them. I stumbled over what I thought was a small rock, but it turned out to be an old book. Then I heard a growl. Instinctively, I jumped up and scurried up that broken column. She's a wonderful woman, Lady Hermosa. I'll return to the Starbound immediately. Here, take the book I found. It's the least I can do. Thank you, friend. Thank you.
This is the book Elfrith gave you. It appears to be the spellbook of an unnamed mage. Most of the spells are too amateurish to be of much use, but one of them catches your attention. It would seem the mage liked to work outside, but often the wind bothered him, so he devised a spell to make it die down. It would be of no use here.
That's wicked. You too heavy.
How are you, friend? I hope the book was of interest. Good to hear. I hope it will serve you well. Able seaman. Did all sorts of things, really, though I spent most of my time as helmsman. We usually sail from river town to various destinations north. It's a good life if you prefer the great open waters to land. It's not always the safest of careers. Storms, icebergs, and pirates form the commonest of threats. But we once had a close encounter of the pants-peeing kind, with a kraken. And then there was the near-fatal descent into the maelstrom. I'll tell you this. Ending up on some strange magical island just isn't as surprising as you'd think. Not for a sailor, anyway. See you around, friend.
Oh, it's the Dragon Knight. Welcome back. Indeed he did. The silly man was lucky you were around. Thank you for rescuing him. I am very grateful. Goodbye.
Do you even know the fishes you are throwing in the cooking pot?
No, I don't. So what do you think I'm poisoning? I'm the greatest chef ever.
That's way... Too heavy.
What can Jonah do for you? This is it! Where did you find this? He is dead then, the brute. His passing pleases me, even though revenge was never on my mind. I was made a widower before I sailed the seas, lost my wife to illness. That amulet was all I had to remember her by. Finally, I have it back, and all because of you. Take my journal. Perhaps it will prove to be of interest. Be blessed in the journey, and farewell.
Another one to add to the collection.
Such a close call. You could tell my walking armors had the upper hand, little sister.
Ha! You wish, Mahalath. My dragon elves would have won were it not for the unfavorable terrain.
We've waged our little wars here for as long as Lycan, praise be his name, has been the master of the tower, so don't blame the terrain.
I'll blame what I will, my sassy sibling, you. What is this? A spectator? Gladly. Here we struggle to...
Hush, Ada. I will do the talking. We, stranger, are sisters who humbly serve Lycan, the immortal. It is our task to create for him an army that will one day rival the Black Rings, so that he, not the followers of the Divine, nor Damien, will be the ultimate ruler of Rivellon. But we are in disagreement. Obviously, my walking armors are the most powerful soldiers ever to have trod the earth. But...
Nonsense! My dragon elves are superior in every way. I will win this contest.
You are a fool to challenge us. Come, my sister. Let us watch as our puppets tear the flesh off this intruder.
That's Wade.
Too heavy.
Shiny.
This is the book of the unnamed wizard that contains the wind spell. You speak the spell, and within moments, the wind has died down.
The candles burn once more, and at long last my spirit soars again.
At last, hope for salvation.
I am Sassan, the one-time reluctant concubine of Lacan, until he needed my blood to advance his schemes. A powerful spell was required to access the abandoned tower, sealed as it was by Maxos' magic. The blood of a loved one. I can still hear him say it. Ha! That monster never loved anything but death. No, she is an abomination, a ghoulish duplicate, pieced together from different corpses. Lacan's tastes are peculiar. Even before he killed me, he manufactured that thing to satisfy his frigid, soulless appetites. Of course, it can't. No, the only way in is to draw Lycan out. And for you, they won't budge. I'm confident, though, that my appearance would rattle his twisted brain like nothing has before. I like your enthusiasm, but first there is another problem that needs to be dealt with. I am bound to this grave, but bring me back to life and I'll accompany you. All I need is my ring, which I hope is still in Lycan's old study here on the island. Say demise and enter.
Have you chosen yet? Shall I be your humble servant? Barbatos? Oh my... But he's a charlatan. Oh yes, your choice is clear, friend. Barbatos? Oh, Talk about amateurism. May the divine bless you, Dragon Knight.
Hello again, dear. That sounds awfully intriguing. Let's have a look then. My word! This is a treasure trove of information. This is just wonderful. Priceless. Oh, you are the greatest dear I have ever met. Please accept this little token of thanks. I found it near the amulet. Thank you, precious. Thanks a million. Well, if it isn't my dearest friend, just fabulous. This journal is a marvel, as are you, darling.
Death is where life begins, the necromancer's credo. Shall Jonanath serve, or shall it be Igor? Long may he make cold blood run warm.
I quite enjoy watching you ponder these poor prospects.
Welcome back, Dragon Knight.
A competition, you say? But that's good, isn't it? Yes. You can show how skilled you are.
It's not a bad way to settle this matter, that's true. And I can't very well refuse now, can I? Yes, we'll go to him presently.
In the right hands, the humblest herb can spell victory or doom. Shall Barbatus serve, or shall it be Alan? Long may his potions be a source of triumph and supremacy.
It is done. The master's gone, and you shall take his place. Igor is ready to serve. I will, master. Greatness I'll achieve in your shadow.
You, sir, or the other smith?
I am. So you're the competition, are you? Oh, let's get this over with then. We'll both make the best sword we can with the paltry materials we have at our disposal. You agree?
Very well. May the best man win.
Lord, all that hammering is going to be torture.
Shiny.
Ah, yes, a nice little sword it is. I'm still the finest weaponsmith around.
I must admit, you have beaten me.
No, I'm sure your sword is just as good, better even.
I'm afraid it just isn't, dearest. No use kidding ourselves.
But, no, No! Oh, please, mighty knight, choose my husband.
The Dragon Knight needs an enchanter, lady. And I have just proven I am the best. Simple as that.
Welcome back, Dragon Knight.
Good or bad is entirely up to you,
Ah, yes, the Dragon Knight. The island was kind enough to inform me about the veracity of your words. All right, all right. I thank you for choosing me, but there's no need to rub it in. I still can't believe it. That Dragon Knight was telling the truth.
What truth?
I'm to be his court alchemist in that tower there.
Is that so? Perhaps our friend has need of a historian, too.
For goodness sake, Henry, I suggested some more salt, not a divorce. Though that looks more and more likely.
The sword is but metal, or but raw material. Together they are power. Shall Radcliffe serve, or shall it be Wesson? Long may he combine nature's potential with man's wit.
Stranded, no way to get home. What must our son stink?
Richard most probably already took control of the tavern.
He's ambitious, not heartless, Henry. A lion's heart, that's what he has.
Leave me, you vile monster! He's dead because of you! May the divine curse you and your loved ones!
Huh, so you chose me, eh? Fine, I'll do my best. Fair. As long as I can get me hands on me fair share of rum, I'll worry about hangovers myself.
Do you even know the feelings you are throwing out?
Excellence comes from training. It is not an act, but a habit. Shall Hermosa serve, or shall it be Kenneth? Long may she guide you to perfection.
The choice is made. These decisions were yours and therefore the proper ones. Aren't we hungry for my power? Good. You'll need it in this cheerless palace, and I give it to you freely. Not harsh, no. It is the way of things. The fittest survived. Whether they were the fittest in your eyes or mine is of no consequence. Now go, Dragon Knight. May fortune be on your side when you confront the necromancer where he dwells.
So you were telling the truth. The island told me of my obligation as your trainer. She spoke of loyalty and perfecting the art of fighting. She also mentioned a great destiny for us both, but no specifics. I'm sure we'll have a good time once you evict the current tenant.
It's stuck. As you approach the door, the skull asks you for Lycan's motto. A metallic clicking sound heralds the unlocking of the door.